In today's video we're going to be closing the Still Gold chapter on the holy trinity of LEGO games, because today we're putting on our capes and dressing up like schizophrenic furries and playing LEGO Batman, in which Batman looks gruff as fuck, but Robin is just trying to win his approval. My earliest memory of this game is playing it on my Nintendo DS, and my latest memory is somebody in my stream chat telling me they're sexually attracted to LEGO Catwoman. What? So please, sit back and enjoy LEGO Batman is Still Gold. This is a series in which I play through old bangers and apply an absurd commentary and ruin it for everybody. No, seriously, stop me. I'm a menace to society. Anyway, let's begin. Naturally, the game starts up with a dodgy resolution in which everything is compressed and reminds you of a time before widescreen televisions. Kids today think their lives are hard, what with rising inflation, the expectations of society, the COVID lockdowns forcing them to not be able to see their friends for 2 years, but they will never know the pain of having to experience video games in the 4:3 aspect ratio. Lucky bastards. Of course I fixed that as quickly as possible. I like to live a life of luxury. The game begins with every single memorable Batman villain under the sun escaping from Arkham Asylum, with a helping hand from 4 identical looking men. You can just float out the window. Why didn't you just do that anyway, the silly man? They escape together because teamwork makes the dream work. And what's the dream? Crashing Gotham City with the assistance of Pooh-Man. Carnage befalls the streets of Gotham City. Fortunately, we have our hero, a mentally ill billionaire who likes to dress like a bat, and his impressionable child soldier sidekick, who's been indoctrinated to follow Batman's every instruction.
Why the fuck am I fighting crime, you psychopath? I'm 12.
Don't worry about it, we have silly costumes, we're morally righteous. We quickly discover that fighting criminals is not especially difficult when every single criminal dresses in vibrant green. Oh yeah, I was trying to sort out my controller so I wasn't having to use the keyboard, because the keyboard and mouse for LEGO games is just keyboard and it's honestly terrible. However, something went wrong and now I'm playing as both characters at once. Somebody warned me not to even attempt to play LEGO games on PC, and I'm starting to think they're right. How the fuck am I supposed to even jump in this control scheme? Didn't take long for Batman to ditch the cape for explosives. Commissioner Gordon, your pal Batman's committing domestic terrorism again. Sort him out. Oh no, I've killed Robin, shit. And like that, Batman visited an orphanage and got a new one. I'd like to think that Batman's no killing rule doesn't apply in LEGO when, upon defeating a foe, they explode. This is a truly gritty and violent take on Bruce Wayne. Oh my god, he just volleyed this man to the 2nd floor. Robin has a remote-controlled toy car because never in a million years will Batman allow him to drive the Batmobile. Don't worry civilians, we're the heroes, here to destroy the room for studs. Before long, we catch up with the infamous Pooh-Man. Naturally, being Batman, there's only one solution. Bomb the fuck out of Pooh-Man. I don't understand why Batman needs bombs, but okay, you know what, I just kind of respect it. I love how they have bat symbols on them as well. It's not a nail bomb, it's a bat nail bomb. Anyway, we bust our way through and it's time to go and face Pooh-Man inside his little cage. Why does he want to be in here? A random civilian walks into the corner and starts crying. That's delightful. So of course I make an attempt to blow her the fuck up. My favourite thing to do is chokeslam, die prick. I completely forgot the Batarang is a mechanic in this game, and why wouldn't it be? With the assistance of Zyklon B, we apprehend Pooh-Man, and as his infinitely more impressive and dangerous friends get away, Pooh-Man is now ours. They drive past Batman, but why don't they just run him over? Anyway, Batman throws a tracker device on the car which somehow catches up, so all is not lost. Now, back to the Batcave. As far as hub areas go, the Batcave is rather simple. However, there is one thing that makes it simply the best. You can drop kick Alfred across the fucking room. Abusing Alfred is simply too much fun. It really consolidates that mentally ill feeling of a man who would dress as a bat and fight crime. I don't want your empty plate, you sack of shit. Get me the fucking Riddler. Please don't hit me again. Banged! I have spent simply far too much time harming Alfred physically. This is a problem. Will I seek help for it? Will I fuck? This is almost as bad as locking the fucking butler in the freezer in the old Tomb Raider game. He was so haggard, but everyone did it. Alfred, be grateful your name's not Winston. Things could be far worse. Anyway, that's enough of abusing the resident elderly man for 5 minutes, even though it's literally one of the 2 things you can actually do in this Batcave in between missions, because we've got to press on and stop the Riddler. It would appear as if Mr. Freeze is active, because of course he is, so we've got to fight our way through green men, because that is what Gotham needs us to be. Batman hijacks an ice cream van, and honestly, this is my favourite part of the movies. We're now serving a new flavour of ice cream, it's called Death. It took me a little while to figure out how to actually progress with this mission and get inside the room, because, as we all know, I often get mentally bested by kids' games. Batman has a suit specifically designed for gliding, which is nice, I guess. Hey Robin, what is this goo? It's Pooh Man's cum. Robin has attached mega magnets to his feet and now he can walk on walls. Honestly, this invention is genius. I'd be selling an invention like that for billions, not fighting crime with it. Cinnabit! I love that when designing this game, nobody sat and thought, this is such an inefficient waste of pipe. But hey, at least we can get across this gap now. That's nice. Cinnabit Robin. It would appear as if the Riddler's henchmen are everywhere, even in Mr. Freeze's house. I wonder what will happen if I jump in the vat. Oh. Yeah, I could have guessed that would happen.
Go on, Robin, freeze them, turn them into solid surfaces.
And just like that, a thin sheet of ice has prevented these hazardous materials from being lethal to us. Die, cunt. This is my lever. The Riddler is hiding, and the world's greatest detective has no clue that he's right there. Because we're geniuses. Mr. Freeze is here, and he wants to kill us. His villain arc is so weird because it literally stems from his wife being terminally ill and him refusing to switch off the life support. But we're the good guys. Yeah. How does a crazy man in an ice costume have so many henchmen? I actually don't understand. Slam! This boss fight was a bit of a piss take because Mr. Freeze would keep turning us into bloody ice cubes. Come on, man. But eventually we get free and start slapping him up. Then the game throws a puzzle in the mix. We solve the puzzle, twat Freeze, and now we're the heroes of the day. Safe, you icy bastard. Huh, I forgot the Riddler was here. Clearly so did Batman. I love when a throwaway joke creates unnecessary plot. Banged. To be fair, Lego Batman the video game's plot is a little weird in the sense that it doesn't actually follow any movie that exists about Batman. It's sort of like its own story, so as you can imagine, it's plenty of creative freedom for Lego games to be ridiculous. Lego Batman abuses Alfred. That's canon. Nothing beats a good old-fashioned vehicle mission in which Batman uses his guise as a hero to do millions of dollars worth of damage to Gotham City's infrastructure. Batman raises taxes. Hypothetically, if Batman was real, this would be fact. So what we've discovered is that Batman is not the hero that Gotham deserves afterward. Robin has a dinky little motorcycle that has guns on it, and when he's towing enemy vehicles to the helicopter for them to be carried away for some reason, it's honestly pathetic. Yeah, just doing donuts, ragging about this van that's on its side. Don't mind me, Robin, or police officers. Like I said, the goal is to tow the enemy vehicles to the police helicopter that then takes off and gets rid of them. For some reason. I want to know what it does with them. Does it drop them in a fucking river? What's the due process with this? Don't worry about it. It's a kid's game. The mini-kits have bat symbols on them, which I think is awesome. Though I think Batman placed them there himself, the egotistical freak. Hello, police officers. Here's another van for you to dispose of. Toss it in the sea. Drown the criminals. They deserve it. Also, why has every single fire hydrant been destroyed? Oh look, it's a boss fight. It's basically doing the same thing as before, but you've got to do it 3 times for one vehicle. I always enjoy vehicle missions in LEGO games because I find getting the mini-kits to be piss easy. I'm not messing with Two-Face's van. I need to destroy Gotham's infrastructure. Domestic terror, boys. Let's do it. I love that the police chopper drops bombs on the van. They're not interested in catching this guy either. They just want him dead. Oh my god, there's no surviving that, is there? So much for no killing. Two-Face, how did we not explode? We're literally made of the same material as the car. Oh no, Poison Ivy has built a tree and the Riddler has escaped again. This is getting tiresome. Robin contemplates licking Poison Ivy's leaf, which feels like a euphemism for pubic hair, but it really isn't. And then Batman and Robin decide to visit Poison Ivy's house. Robin doesn't know how to park his motorcycle, because he's an idiot. We decide to do Ivy's gardening for her, sink in some acid a few times, defeat some green henchmen. Every henchman in this game is green to some degree, it's amazing. And then just get lost. I actually don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to do here, I can't remember. However, Robin driving a tractor and running over the gardeners is a nice consolation, I suppose. You know what, I've decided fighting crime isn't good for our health, so instead we're going to do some gardening. But before we can get to that, we have to destroy everything. For studs, of course. The gardeners don't seem to be especially worried about Batman being present, besides from this guy who appears to be having a crisis. I still have no clue what I'm supposed to be doing. This is actually kind of pagged. I can't even break through glass doors, for God's sake! You're Batman! Just jump through! You know what, Robin? Poison Ivy's won this round. I'm such a terrible superhero. that concludes LEGO Batman is still gold. This game is up there with the quality of LEGO Indiana Jones and LEGO Star Wars The Complete Saga, so if you haven't played this one but you've played those, then what are you doing? Or if you haven't played any of this holy trinity of LEGO games, then yeah, sort that out. So that one commenter, unfortunately, I'm sorry we didn't get around to appreciating LEGO Catwoman's thick block. But that is for the best. Please get some psychological help. Anyway, thank you all for consuming my garbage. I hope you enjoyed. Be sure to go ahead, leave a like, subscribe, share the channel with your friends and all that wonderful stuff, and whack on notifications if you want to be notified whenever I post something that could literally be anything. And with any luck, I'll be seeing you all very soon with another video at some point. But until next time, please do take care and goodbye.